weekly. That people around us die weekly. We cannot be a church asleep. We have to be a people that attracts the presence of God. Our lives have to be like that song says, an altar where the fire of God burns. That means Jesus first. I said, that means Jesus first. If you love Jesus tonight with all your heart, jump to your feet and give him a praise all over South Africa. Come on. Let's lift up the name of Jesus over the nations of the world.
Good morning, my loves, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kanye, and we are going to have a nice Sunday reset for the week. Yeah, so we're gonna have a nice Sunday reset for the week. It's gonna be fun, I think, and it's going to be we're gonna talk because we talk here, and we're gonna address a few things as well. So if the quality of the video changes at any point, please understand that my phone, the iPhone, the one I usually shoot with, I was processing this video, it just shut down, so I moved over to an Android. So I'm just shooting with it for the first time. I want to see how it goes, then I'll probably merge what's here with what's in the iPhone, provided that it does light up again. So it's a lot. It's Sunday morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. I worked out, and then I meditated, had some breakfast. So I'm having some iced coffee, and then after that I'm going to take a shower and just get ready for the day. There's something that I want to share with you, something absolutely amazing, so please stay tuned. So I received a couple of things from Havila Beauty. Let me just show you the box that they came in. This is the surprise I wanted to show you guys here. Hopefully you can see it. But anyway, that's the box. So it is beauty products, so makeup and eyeshadows and things like that. I got this, when was it? A couple of weeks ago, I think last month, while I was busy when I was away from this place. So I received these, and basically what I want to say while I'm going to do some makeup with you. I don't know how to do makeup. I'm not a makeup artist, but this is the year of stretching. So I'm also stretching myself and stretching the things that I know, so that I can maximize my time, maximize my efforts, and just maximize everything. So what I want to talk about while I'm busy doing this makeup, so today I didn't go to church. the morning service. I'm gonna go in the evening. My husband is not home, so we'll go together in the evening. He had to work today. That's why I could not go to church. So anyway, so I went to church on the TV because our church is live as well on YouTube in the morning. So I was live. Not I was live, so it was live this morning and I watched it that way. There's something that the pastor said that really struck me and it stayed with me. I even wrote it down. He said that there's only one place where people start at the top to dig. Let me just see if it's here. I just want to get it the way he said it. Oh yeah, this is what he said. The only place you start at the top at is when you are digging a grave. And you know, when he said this, I was like, my mind just went tush, because I was thinking to myself, how many of us right now are afraid to start anything because we're like, I'm starting at the bottom. I don't want to start at the bottom. I wanna start when the circumstances are favorable. Today, my phone, the one I'm on now, it's back, died out on me and I didn't know what was happening, and I had so much to shoot that I couldn't cover. So, but I didn't stop. I used my other phone, which is this Samsung over here. I don't even know what Samsung it is, but I'm hoping that when I get my video, it's gonna look good. So this is the eyeshadow palette that they sent me. It's got beautiful colors. So we're gonna figure it out. I've been playing around with it so that I'm not completely clueless when I come show you guys these things. I also want to talk about the fact that we don't even start with the things that we are passionate about because we're like, I don't have following. I mean, if this company could send me these things and I've got like what, just 1,000 Instagram followers, what can happen to you with the followers you have? What can happen to you with the knowledge that you have, the people that know you? What can happen to you, you know? So I always say that don't be afraid. In fact, let me not say don't be afraid. Be afraid to start. Be afraid to start because it's crazy, it's scary. This is a setting powder that they sent me when you're applying makeup on, and these are the different shades of makeup that they sent me. This one is a palette A, so it's a palette A, so it's got a couple of shades in it because they weren't sure what my shade was. But anyway, my point is that you have to start. You have to start, and you have to understand and be willing to say the only place that people start at the top at is when they're digging a grave. Everything else starts at the bottom somewhere. And your bottom and my bottom may not be the same bottom. So they are different. I've got a mirror here because I'm going to try and I want to look at it while I'm busy doing this thing. So let me first moisturize my lips. Share with me your people that you like that do makeup so that I can follow them, I can learn, you know, and so forth and so forth. So I'm just gonna moisture my face and then just don't be afraid. What I'm moisturizing is an SPF 15 as well. I did put on my normal moisturizer. I've got oily skin, so I'm just adding this on because I'm gonna go out and walk my dog. Well, I want to go out for coffee first at the mall, and then come back, prepare dinner, and then just wait for my husband, who's gonna be home just shortly after 5, and then at 6 we'll be headed to church because we've got an evening service at 6:30. So yeah, anyway, don't be afraid to start. You know, stop hiding. There's a podcast I'm listening to. It is absolutely amazing, and you guys need to get into those things. It says that growth does not happen in the dark. It doesn't happen in the dark. for something to grow, it has to happen in the light. For plants to grow, they have to be under the sun. So for you to grow and become better, for me to grow and become better, I have to come here on YouTube, mess up the content, mess up the words I'm speaking, mess up how I edit every single time, up until I get to a point where I can do something that I'm proud of, and I can say, okay, now I know how to do it. So don't be afraid. Leave the people that are gonna talk about it. Leave the people that are gonna say, who does she think she is, and what is she doing on that platform? You know what you're doing on that platform. You know what God has said to you about your life, and it's not gonna happen by itself, because God cannot enforce himself on us. I'm just gonna look for the eyeliner. I have no idea where it is. The eyeliner I was looking for. My hands are dirty now because of I was sharpening it. But anyway, I'm gonna try my best to do this thing. I have no idea how to do it, but hey, we're gonna learn, because if I got Havila, who else am I gonna get? And the last time I was here, I was on a fast, you guys remember, and I shared that I was doing a 21-day fast, and I was breaking it down between 3 days in a week, if you guys remember that. That's what I said last time I was here. And a couple of things happened during that time, which is the reason why I have not been here. A couple of amazing things. In fact, there's nothing bad that happened. God just, guys, he showed up for me because I was hungry for him. Anyway, so I did the fast. It was 3 days in a week, so I finished in February. So I decided to not upload anything on YouTube up until I fully received the things that were happening in my life. One thing that happened was my husband received somebody who is from the UK, met up with him through the work that he does. So when this guy met up with my husband, he liked him. And when he liked him, they started talking about how we were making scented candles and things like that. And he was so impressed. And he just was like, you know what, guys, I wanna mentor you and this is a person who has his own fragrance line. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, because I don't want you guys to start now DMing him and things like that. So he offered that. That was the first thing he did, to help us build this thing. So that was absolutely amazing. That was the first thing that happened. And then when he was leaving South Africa, he took one of our candles to the UK with him. And then he's been a call away every time there's anything. He's just a call away, and we're busy rebranding now because he loved the candle so much and he sees so much potential, and he's like, guys, this can grow. So let's work the branding, let's work the packaging, let's work all these things. So anyway, so the product is amazing, but then the covering of it still needs work, according to him. So guys, pray for me to get like a proper camera so that I don't have to keep going around to check if it's recording. But anyway, so that's what this guy said. Sure. And then we've just been like, that was like one of the first big things that happened. And that someone who owns a luxury line would be willing to say, look, I want to mentor you, I want to help you. And I know for a fact that that is God's hand on it. It's not our own hand, it's God's hand, you know. Anyway, so that was great. And then the next thing that happened, I'm busy organizing an event for women that's going to be women who are in business and those who are in corporate or trying to get into corporate. So there was one of the brands that I reached out to. It's one of brands that I absolutely love as well. So I reached out to them and I was like, look guys, I want to work with you on this event that I'm doing, so that you can offer sponsorship and so forth and so forth. Yo guys, the hand of God. So the brand was like, okay, so they checked out my profile on Instagram, and my profile is not entirely amazing, like curated and things like that, like other people's content, but it is my content, so I'm okay with that. So they loved it, and they said that, look, we love the message you have, we will sponsor you. So that was also one of the other amazing things that happened. And these things literally happened the same week, like about 2 days in between. They happened. Oh, the girl just messed up her eyebrow, but it's all right. I'm not a makeup artist. Another thing that happened was, while this was happening, a friend of mine who we were talking about a day ago, and she was like, yo, my friend, I want to buy a house now, and so forth and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, my friend. And she was like, yo, I'm just trying to fix my bank and my credit score and so forth and so forth, so that by the time I'm ready to buy a house, my bank can see that I have some money that I leave over in the bank. So I was like, okay, cool. Do that, my friend. And she was like, yeah, so I'm estimating that by next year I'll be able to buy a house. So that was amazing as well. 2 days later, after speaking to this friend of mine about her buying a house, she received an offer to buy a house. Hey guys, I said. And this person still had to fix these things, but the grace of God, when it locates you, when you are at the place that God needs you to be, it will defy all science and all odds, and you will get things that other people think you need to wait 10 years or 10 years rather for you to get them. You will get them instantly, because you are in the right position. You are in the place that God needs you to be. I really hope you guys can see me, because I feel like I'm bending, because my mirror is like right here. Let me just try to sit up and do it that way. So that was also one of the other things that were extremely amazing. So now all of these things were happening, right? And I was like, I need to breathe. I just needed to breathe. Like, a lot was happening at the same time. I just needed to breathe. So I'm gonna come in with this Havila thing. I don't think what I did here is correct. I've never seen these people that do it there, but hey guys, you will trust the process, you will see the end. Hopefully the end will not be disappointing, because I really don't want to do this video again and start talking. In fact, I don't even care if the end is horrible. It's fine, guys. You'll know that I did say from the start that I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just getting ready to go have some coffee. So that's one of the things that happened as well. And my friend was also fasting. So my point to this and in really sharing these news is that now the hardest thing that I've been dealing with is I am used to sharing, to speaking to people that are lost in a way, or that are experiencing some sense of brokenness in their lives and so forth and so forth. And I like that better, because I feel like I want to give hope. So I'm very intentional about the things I say on these platforms and the things I do on these platforms, because there's so many things that I can talk about that are amazing, but like I want to give hope. I want my page to be that page that when somebody touches it or connects with it, they connect with God and they find hope. However, I have found that with that mentality that I have, I've also hidden away from the things that are amazing and the things that God does in my life. You know, I feel like this one is amazing. But it is what it is. So I feel like a lot of times I'm always talking to the broken parts of me, or the parts of, well, I'm not broken anymore, but the parts of me that I've addressed, and the parts of me that I actively work on, I always talk to those parts, and I don't talk to the people that are whole and the people that have worked hard and have built that about themselves and so forth and so forth. So now I'm trying to incorporate and to just share those parts of me. So that's another thing I've been battling with, is I deliberately don't, how can I say this, put out content that shows the blessings that I have. I deliberately don't put out content that shows the life I live, like how blessed I may be. It's not, I'm not saying it's a great life compared to anyone else's life, but I'm saying that I've managed to build a beautiful life for myself, and my husband has managed to build a beautiful life for himself, and together we've managed to bring together an amazing life for ourselves. But I find that I don't necessarily share that life. I don't share those parts because of whatever reason. And recently, because of I've been sitting with this, I realized that because with these products now, I'm being called to a place where I have to talk to everyone. I'm being called to a place where I don't capitalize on, or I don't speak to only the broken people, but I speak to the whole people, because people don't want to look at their reality. They want to look at something that they aspire to. They don't want to look at where am I now, what do I need to fix, but they want to look at someone who says, this is the life, this is the dream life. That's the content that people want. They want curated content. They want content that makes them forget what they are going through. So that's been one of my challenges now, that whatever is happening in my life, it's calling me up. It's calling me up to a place where I have to create content and or use my social media as a place where now I have to show a bit more of those things about myself. So I've been battling with this because because I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want someone to follow me because of I drive that, I live there, I eat that, I go to that place for a vacation and whatever. I've done my best to hide those parts of my life. So I'm finding now that with the content and everything that I'm busy with, it's calling that out of me. So it's a stretching process. Again, growth doesn't happen in the dark. We don't grow if we're hiding ourselves. We don't become because we are in the dark. So it's also a battle that I'm with. Guys, what do you think so far? This is after I've laid down the foundation. I love their foundation. It's got full coverage. I think also for a person who's a makeup artist, they could maximize on this far better than I have, and reveal what it does, because I don't think I've done justice to it and what it does to the face. But this is where I'm at right now, but I'm gonna be actively working on this until I become a better person when it comes to makeup. So yeah, that's been also a stretch. Another amazing thing, I said that a lot of amazing things have been happening really in my life. Another amazing thing is that my business is doing well, ne? Yeah, I touched on that, the business is doing well. So what I really am trying to say is that there are seasons that, you know, are calling us higher. There are seasons that we need to show up differently in, and there are seasons that require that what I wore in summer, I can't bring into winter because it no longer fits the season that I'm in. And I just wanna, I don't know if there's any other person who can connect with what I'm saying, that it's easy for you to thrive and speak about the things that you have hurt in than it is for you to embrace the things that are great in your life. I have no idea what I'm doing. But they say it sculpts the face. So I'm sculpturing the face. So I don't know if there's any other person who can say, look, I am also like that. I hide the amazing things, because at times, for me, it's not even the thing that I'm afraid that it's going to disappear. It's not even that for me, but it's that I want people to connect with me in a genuine way. And I feel that if I speak on certain things that I like, that then, I don't know, maybe in that instance, such people connect with me there. So stretch yourself. I'm stretching myself. You can see I'm doing makeup here. Never done makeup. Guys, their brushes are so amazing. So stretch yourself. Allow yourself to be who you've never been before. Allow yourself to show up as you've never had before, because at the end of the day, there's something that a pastor in the Eastern Cape PE, Pastor Jerome, always says. He says that the bottom is overcrowded, something like that. So reach for the top. The ground is overcrowded. That's what he says. So I'm saying that to you today as well, that reach for the top. The ground is overcrowded. Like, guys, we don't need to do anything to be in the ground. We just need to exist and wake up every day. But reaching the top requires that we are stretched. It requires that we show up. As I've said, that my phone, the one I'm on now, wasn't working this morning while I was trying to shoot my content. But one thing I made a decision of was that I'm not going to let this thing stress me, and I'm not going to let this thing take away the plan that I have today, because I'm not at the church. I'm not at the physical church. I did go to church on TV. So I want to use this time then to shoot content for YouTube, right? So let me do that. And then now the phone wasn't working, because that's life. It may not be a phone. It may be something else that isn't working at the time that you expect it to work. But do you stop? Do you say, it's not going to work? They didn't open that door for me. You can't do that. You have to kick those doors in. You have to push through. And this is another thing, that sometimes we pray and we say, like, God, meet me at my point of need, and so forth and so forth. And every time God looks down and he's looking for you at the lane that you're supposed to be in, you're not there. We are not there. We are just running around doing everything else that other people are doing, being in other people's lanes, talking about what other people are talking about, being friends with the people that other people are friends with, and we have no business being there. It's not our place to be there. But that's what we do, and that's who we are. And we find ourselves now frustrated, depressed, alone, anxious, because we are not in sync with the plan that God called us to this earth for. We are not in sync with the destiny that he has for our lives. So it's also another thing for me that, like, I really, like, this year, I said to you guys when I did the other video, when I said make this year your best year yet, in the beginning of the year, I'm still sticking to that. Like, this year, I am winning this year. I'm not ending this year without clocking like a huge amount of money, like a big deal. Like, I'm getting a big deal this year. I don't know where it's gonna come from or what, but I'm getting it because I am in my lane. I am in the lane that God called me to be in, and I have fully surrendered to the process that comes with being in that lane. I have fully, what's the word? I'm fully embracing that lane. I have no idea what's going on, but guys, bear with me. I think we're gonna do okay. I am in that lane. I am in that place of my calling. I am in that place of, so if it means that I do a video on YouTube, for example, and then no one watches it, in fact, there's always one person who watches it. If one person watches it, that's the person I'm in this lane for. And I'm okay with that, because if that one person gets what they need to get from this video, I've done what God told me to do. The rest of everything else is up to him. Who he connects me after that is up to him. Which platform he gives me after that is up to him. The only thing I did, I became faithful with what I had. There's a scripture in the Bible where Timothy is speaking to Paul. I think I wrote it down as well. I'm going to check it. And then he's speaking to Paul about the hardships that he's facing at the time. And at Tina, we no longer speak when we're facing hardships. We go and we lock ourselves in the room. So he says to Paul that, I'm facing so much persecution and so forth and so forth. And this is what Paul says to him, that Timothy, because Paul is older in the faith than Timothy at the time. So what am I doing? Oh, this is what I want. So Paul answers Timothy and says to him, Timothy, fight like a soldier. And then he carries on to say, work like a farmer. And then the third one he says is, what did he say? Let me just check it for you. I'll tell you now. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's in 2 Timothy 2 verse 6. It says, fight like a soldier, train like an athlete, and work like a farmer. And what that means is that this is a person who has walked the journey and he knows what this journey takes. He knows that in this journey, maybe you're not going to get applause, but you don't stop waking up. You don't stop fighting like the soldier. Soldiers are always in training. Athletes are always in training. They don't stop training because, hi, right now, hey guys, we are not playing with anyone. And that's not the language they speak, because they know that they need each and every day to become what they need to become for the day when the day of the match comes. Do you get what I'm saying? So those are the things that I'm gonna put on a duke on my head. I think I'm fine, you guys. What do you think? Please comment down below. I'm just gonna do my lips, or should I do them? Let me do them now before I put on the duke. Hi guys, okay. So he says this, Paul says this to Timothy, that train like an athlete, fight like a soldier, and thingy like a farmer, work like a farmer. The farmer, he doesn't wait for the season to be okay for him to plant. He plants because he knows what he's trusting. These are the two lipsticks. One is called Tembi. This is the brown one. And this one is called Lerato. So I'm going to mix them up. So he doesn't wait for times to be favorable. He wakes up every day and he plants. He wakes up every day and he shows up. And when you say that, look, I've been showing up, but I don't see breakthrough, then you train like an athlete. You continue. You don't stop. You continue. And you ask God, God, am I in the right lane? Why isn't what I'm doing bearing fruit? Let me keep quiet so I can do this. So this is the brown one, which is Tembi. So I don't like it like brown because I already have dark lips. So I just put it on, then I'll mix it with this one. So this is how it feels. It feels nice. Feels nice. And I'm just going to add the Lerato just here. Okay. Just a bit. I like it. I think it's nice. I like it. These are my brows. This is my lips. So he says that, right? He says like fight. So sometimes then you'll say that, but I wake up every day and I fight. This is just a cloth or a fabric, but that was, I think at some point, a dress or something. I don't even remember where I got it from, but it works wonders. So he says that, right, guys? He says that I've been working hard and I don't see fruit. Maybe that's what we say, that I don't see fruit of my labor. But the question now becomes, are you in the lane? Because the one thing about God is that he favors us. He doesn't lie. God doesn't lie. So if you are working hard and you are showing up like an athlete and you are working hard like a soldier, are you in the right lane? Are you working the thing that you're supposed to be working? Are you working and cultivating the ground you're supposed to be cultivating? Or are you cultivating a ground that you saw other people cultivate and you thought it would be a ground for you? And I don't know what ground is for you. It is only God. No one can give you what ground is for you. Only God can give you what ground is for you. You see, it's only Him who knows that this is where your gifts will thrive. This is where your, oh, my ears are so big. This is where your talents will thrive. So we are not in a place where we can know what ground this is. It's not for us to know. It's for God to reveal. Hence, I said in the previous video I did, the one that I did recently, about 2 videos away, when I said that we have to come to a place where we stop doing visions, but we download visions from God so that the vision can be in according to God's plan for our lives. So if you're working a ground that is not your ground, believe you me, you're gonna find out that, hey, all that energy and all that work as an athlete, it meant nothing because I was cultivating a ground that never belonged. So I am officially done. I did my face, I did my look because the phone stopped recording. I think memory was full. So I hope I look fine. I think I look fine. I'm still figuring it out how to get more matte because I did mention I have oily skin. But my point to the conversation today really, and a thought that maybe we need to take into the week, is that if you want to, that's the case, is that if you are tired and you're saying like, look, I've been running like an athlete, I've been working like a farmer, waking up every day, giving the best that I can, working this ground. And then if you are saying as well that, look, I've been strong like a soldier, I've been showing up to battle, but now the next question is, if God has not met you there, are you in the right place? Are you in the land that you're supposed to be cultivating? Are you fighting the right fight and the right war? Because our strength will get tired. But when we step into the lane that we're supposed to be in, whether it's a lane that you've never seen anyone do or be in before, anyone in your proximity, right? But when we step into that place and in that lane, that's when we tap into grace, because the grace that God has for our lives is nowhere else but in the place that we're supposed to be in. There's no grace for me trying to pursue things that don't come to me naturally. Or let me not even say naturally, because what I just did now is not naturally to me. But there's no grace that comes to me when I'm outside what I believe is my purpose. There's no grace that comes to me when I'm outside being here and talking to you and sharing with you. There is no grace. But when I am in the place that God has said to be, or the place that I believe that God has said to me I need to be in, that's when I see His grace. That's when my work, the hard work that I put in, that's when it matters. That's when it reaches higher places than I could have ever done it with my own strength and my own power, right? That's the thought that I think maybe we can take into the week, that God, look, I've showed up, have been showing up. Am I in the right place? Is this where you want me to be? If this is the place you want me to be, and if I'm learning something from these delays, if I'm learning something from everything that's happening around me, give my heart peace. Help me be peaceful with the journey. Help it not frustrate me. But if I'm in the wrong place, God, frustrate me up until I move to my lane and show me what my lane is. Because really, we overcomplicate life. We overcomplicate things. And yes, there are things that are difficult, that are beyond our measure, right? That just show up. But there are things as well that I feel we go to them and we grab hold of them and we own them. And there was no need for us to do that, simply because of we don't know what our lane is or where we're supposed to go. So I don't know, guys, take it, don't take it, but these are just my thoughts on a Sunday. So I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and you will have a fantastic week. Remember to take it easy, take it sleazy, and take it slow. Have a fantastic day. Mwah. I love you so, so, so much. Comment about my look. Do you like what do you like about it? Maybe you don't like everything, but there should be something that you like. I mean. I love the eyebrows. Especially this one. Because this one. I'll see you guys again.